Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a short intro, but a very long video. I've been pretty busy this week, so I figured I'd just make a cool compilation of all of the Neogeo selections combined. So this video is going to be very long. It's going to be 100 games I'm talking about, all the different collections. This is a good one if you just want some noise on in the background, or if you got a long drive, or, whatever. Think of it like a podcast. But either way, without further ado, here is a very long video about every Neogeo Selections game, volumes 1 through 10. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I am a huge Neogeo fan, SNK fan, and I've said that several times on the channel. I mean, I have my own MVS cabinet, and there are several games I've highlighted on here. But I wanted to show something really awesome. I've been waiting for these to come in for a while. From what I understand, I think the physical copy is either Japanese or Asia only. However, I have now played all of these, and they are 100% in English when you pop them in your Switch. And that is the Neogeo collections that they've come out with for the Switch. There's 4 of them. Each one of them has 10 games on it. Now, the case is in Japanese, but like I said, the games themselves are all in English. There's no download required. I mean, I literally just popped these guys in and played them. And that's what I want to do with you guys today, is I want to go through and talk about these and the games that are on each set and kind of like rank them a little bit. And so it's really easy because each one has 10 games. So I'm going to say basically, of these games, like which ones would I actually play? And then from there, like it makes rating it easy. If there's 10 games and I would actually play 5 of them, it's a 5 out of 10. So I want to go through these. However, that's 40 games, and even if I just spent a minute each, that would be a 40-minute long video, and y'all aren't here for that. So I'm going to split this video into 2 videos. I'm going to today cover volumes 1 and 2, and next week I'll cover volumes 3 and 4. But these are really sweet, and like, you get a lot of bang for your buck with these. I got these all in Play Asia. And because they have like a deal where you can get like multiple games for like a cheaper rate, I think like it wasn't too bad to get all 4 of these. And like I said, this is 40 games. So if you were to buy these separate, you'd be out of pocket pretty good. But without further ado, let's talk about the Neogeo collection today, volumes 1 and 2. So I'm just going to start off kind of in general talking about these collections. All these are the same. What you're seeing now is what you get. It is essentially a kind of bare bones. It's just pick from the 10 games. When you start the game, it's just like kind of playing these if you bought them separately over time on the Switch or other consoles. It basically shows you the controls. You can go through and they have a kind of a menu option. Where, you can like look at moves and stuff, special moves for characters, and everything you'd think of. I mean, there's nothing really crazy, really critical, but it's still pretty neat. Anyway, so Volume 1, 10 games. Let's start with the first one, King of the Fighters 94. Now, King of the Fighters 94, so a little refresher. How I'm gonna rank these. Would I play this game? Or like, not even like would I play it like just once, like, but would I go back and play it with friends? I mean, there's some games that are cool, but like, I'm not gonna go back and do that. But the first one here on the list, they're starting off pretty good, man. King of the Fighters 94. If you are not, haven't played many King of the Fighters games, this is actually a really great one to start with. I will say though, this is definitely one of the older ones, and it's the kind where they have the teams like pre-made, so it might not be for everybody, but I love King of the Fighters 94. This is, like I said, for me, when they really kind of like took off and started kind of doing it right. But King of the Fighters has always been a series that I've enjoyed a lot. I mean, it's up there with the good old Street Fighters to me. The gameplay is good. It doesn't feel old. And really, because SNK and Neogeo work so hard on the sprites, like they super hold up today. But that's just my thoughts. So far, so good. I am for this one. Let's move on to the next game. So the next game is Metal Slug X, and I'll tell you what, man, I don't think there is a Metal Slug that I dislike. Like, every Metal Slug game is so freaking good. This one particularly is like a really good one. It's almost, I don't want to say like bummer, but like it's almost a bummer in a way that this is on the first collection, because like this is maybe the one of the best ones. And like, you know, if you haven't played these before and you bought these collections or you are buying them in order, it's, you know, it's starting on a high note, and it's like, man, you know, the other ones aren't bad at all by any means, but it's like you're starting off with the best one. You know, you don't always want to do that, but I love this game. It's fun. It's multiplayer. In fact, by the way, all these collections are multiplayer. This is another one you should definitely check out. Honestly, this one could make the collection. Like this is literally the reason to just own this whole thing. King of the Fighters, Mark of the Wolves. I own this game many ways, and to my knowledge, this is the only physical way to own it on the Switch. I mean, I have like a digital version for the Switch. I have a physical version for the PS4, but to my knowledge, and I may be wrong, someone fact check me, throw it in the comments, I think this is the only way to own this game on the Switch. Mark of the Wolves is easily top 3, top 5, definitely top 5, potentially top 3 fighting games I've ever played, and I love some fighting games. This game is great. It's just so well done. I'm actually looking forward to the new one, although I have played the beta, and it is cool, but I don't, it's so hard to top this one. It's such a good game. I've played this game countless time. I mean, honestly, like, even if this was the only good game on here, I would easily say buy this set just for this game. That's how much I love it. This collection is just full of bangers. Samurai Showdown is a great fighting game series. Samurai Showdown 5, like, a lot of Samurai Showdown games are good. I mean, like, pretty much all of them. Like, I don't even think the older ones, like, are horrible. But, like, this game has a ton of characters. It's just really well done. It's like, man, this collection #1, they were really just like, hey, we're going to put banger after banger on this thing. Like, you know, here's a good general, like, you know, some of the later stage in the series, like Mark of the Wolves. You know, King of Fighters 94 isn't like one of the like premier ones, but it's still like new enough, quote unquote, to where, like, you know, the original ones were like in the early 90s, so like they had some iterations to them. This is that same way. It's such a good game. Highly recommend it. I mean, so far we're 4 for 4, but, you know, let's go on to the next. So here's the first game I haven't played, and that is Alpha Mission 2. And so, you know, I was a little worried, and you'll probably see this maybe later in videos, I'm sure, because there has to be more than this. I'm not a shmup guy. I'm not good. And a lot of shmups have it to where, like, when you die, you lose everything. But this one I enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, you know, it has to be a certain kind of shoot 'em up for me to really enjoy it. But this one is not bad. I had a good time. I think it's a good game. I think it's worth playing. 2 players, and I will go back and play it again. So far, 5 out of 5. I mean, hell, let's keep this thing going. And I spoke too soon. This game, Moto something or other. Hold on, let me look at my notes real quick. It is Riding Hero. I was way wrong. Riding Hero. It is a motorcycle game, and it is, in my opinion, not a very great one. I will say I have a little bias in here. Like, I'm not like really big into older racing games. I mean, I know everyone has to start somewhere, but like these just don't really do it for me that much. But I will say that this one specifically, I was just not a fan of. I played it a little bit, tried to get the feel of it. I did not enjoy myself. The fact that Turbo's there is kind of neat, but, you know, I don't know, man. This one isn't for me, so this is the first dud, in my opinion, in the set. So this is another game I have not played before called Top Hunter, and man, it is like a beat 'em up where you play as like some cool like captain guy who has the powers of Luffy from One Piece. Man, this game is kind of blew me out of the water, I'm not gonna lie, because I'd never even heard of this, and it is co-op multiplayer. Of course, you know, for this video I'm not doing that, but you can jump between the background and the foreground, pick up items, throw stuff. You can get like a robot later on and pilot it, like smash the hell out of people. It was just a good time. Like, I had an extremely good time. They had like a special level where you're on like a skateboard, all sorts of crazy stuff with this level. I sing its praises because it is really freaking fun, really cool. This is one that I would definitely come back and play. I would definitely play with friends. I'm glad it's on this collection. I'm glad I got to check it out because I'd never played it before. Oh man, this game, you'll see in a later video that I'm not biased towards golf. But this one, this top players golf, did not do it for me. It just wasn't fun to play. The graphics were kind of stinky. The music wasn't really outstanding. It stinks. I think it's because it was made in 1990, and they're still getting their stride. Because honestly, one of my favorite games of all time is a golf game, and it's a Neogeo golf game, and it's not this one. This one really stinks. I'm trying not to compare this one to the one I'm referring to because it's in another collection. But like this game, just on the whole, not very good. The people look ugly. It's just, it's not really intuitive to play. It doesn't feel good. This one's a dud to me. But like I said, I'm trying my best not to compare it to a different game. But man, it's just not fantastic. Yo, so Savage Rain, man, there are very few fighting games I've like never played at all. But in this game, in fact, the guy I'm fighting right now with this giant boomerang, he was in like a King of the Fighters game, like King of the Fighters 9. I was always like, who the hell is that guy? I guess he comes from Savage Rain. And I will say Savage Rain is freaking sick, man. Like, I've never played this game. This game is awesome. I love I mean, this is a classic Neo Geo thing, like SNK thing. How it zooms in and out, how you like kind of get, as the battle goes on. This is one of those fighters where you can jump in the foreground and the background. It's cool. It's like a weapon fighter, kind of like Samurai Showdown or whatever. It's good. I really like this one. I'm a little upset with myself that I'd never played it before now, because this is an awesome game, very awesome game, and I highly recommend this one. And now we wrap up Collection 1 with the last game on the list, and that is Shock Troopers. This is another kind of walk-around run-and gun. It's weird. It's like, I don't know what you'd call this genre. I mean, it's kind of like a shmup in the sense that like you can't go backwards, but it's like, you control the pace. It's fun, though. I can see this game being really cool with 2 players. Graphically, I think it's pretty awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I think this is one that could easily be a fun night with friends, get the multiplayer going on, get some snacks. But yeah, I think this is a good way to round out the set for sure. But I mean, on the whole, so, taking everything into account, just judging the first game by itself, the first collection that is, I will say that out of the 10 games, 2 of them I was not a fan of. So, like I said, easy to judge these guys. For Neo Geo Collection 1, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, which is, pretty good, right? 80 is a B. And I tell you what, though, and this is just my bias, the fact that it has Mark of the Wolves in it is like, definitely like a 30 out of 10. So, I mean, honestly, if I was to recommend get or don't get, I would recommend get this one, just in general. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and look into collection number 2. We got 10 more games to go through. So it's kind of funny. The last one started with King of the Fighters 94. This one starts with King of the Fighters 95. And once again, I'm basing my kind of, if it's good or not is based on if I would play this game, right? Like if I'd play it, like with friends, like not even just like a one-off. And King of the Fighters 95 is just a better King of the Fighters 94. More characters, if you follow the plot, is a really cool part for the story itself because they kind of introduced the Orochi characters. Good game, great game, highly recommend. So I mean, we're off to a good start with set 2. But yeah, like I said, everyone's different. If you're a King of the Fighters person, let me know if this is one that you really like, because this is definitely, one that added a lot more characters and kind of opened the floodgates for what the franchise became. Yeah, this set really mirrors the last set, because the next game is another Metal Slug game. It's Metal Slug 4. And like I said, it's hard to be like, oh man, Metal Slug X, then go to 4. But I mean, like, every Metal Slug is good. Even like the Neo Geo Pocket ones are awesome. So just straight out the gate, spoiler alert, highly recommend. This is another game that does it for me. And these are great games to play multiplayer. I forgot to say at the beginning of the video maybe, but you know, these are like the arcade versions, so you actually get credits by pressing like one of the bumper buttons on the controller. So realistically, you can play these games all the way to the end and not have to worry about anything, because you can just keep adding credits, which is cool, especially when you're playing with friends and you know, you just want to have a good time and kind of dick around. But you know, hey, Metal Slug 4, just like Metal Slug X, is a game I can highly recommend. Very fun, just really crazy, over-the-top action and explosions and killing. Yeah, definitely worth your time. So this is one that I was like, off the top of my head, I was like, maybe this won't be the one. Maybe this will be the one where I'm like, you know, this is an original, right? This is 1993. This is the original Samurai Showdown. Is it gonna hold up against, you know, like, I'm not saying it won't hold up, but like, you know, is this a game that I can see myself like playing? And man, the answer is yes. Like, it is like, God, ahead of its time. I mean, you gotta think, like, this is 93, right? So, like, think about what's out at the time. And this game has, like, destructible, like, environments and, like, knocking away weapons and, like, blood. I mean, it had everything. This game is awesome. And I tell you, it definitely holds up. It's definitely worth playing. I'm not even saying that because I'm just, like, some kind of crazy Neogeo fanboy. This game is worth playing. It's just as worth as playing as 5. 5 is probably, you know, cooler, more characters, better graphics, but like, this is not bad. This is not worth, you know, it's like, think about like Street Fighter. Like, Street Fighter 3 is amazing. Street Fighter 2 is still good, so you'd still want to play it. Like, Street Fighter 1 is kind of not good, so you wouldn't want to play it. That is not the case here. I mean, this game is awesome. Very awesome. Another older fighting game, Fatal Fury 2, the second in the Fatal Fury series. Is this going to be one that is worth playing? I mean, once again, I am very surprised by saying yes. You know, it's not as polished as other games on the first collection or even on this collection, but it's just good. It feels good to play. I kind of would lump this into like a Street Fighter 2. Like I said, Street Fighter 2 is, you know, like, technically not even close to Street Fighter 3, but it is great, and you want to play it, and you still want to play it to this day. And this game holds up in that regard. I like it. It's really good, plays good, feels good. Yeah, I mean, once again, this is another one that I can add to the recommend list. So we got another Shock Troopers game, and guess what? It's just as good as the first one. In fact, it might even be a little better. The graphics are different. They kind of, it's so, you know, there was a time, and I don't know like when they did it, but they did like these graphics that were almost like pre-rendered graphics to some extent. You know, think like Donkey Kong, but like, I don't know, it's still sprites. I don't know, man. I can't explain it, but I can say that it is fun, very fun. This is a game that I could definitely see myself playing with a couple people, you know, do some two-player action. But, you know, these Shock Troopers games are really kind of dope, and I didn't, like, really get to play them much before this. So going through these collections, like, this is another one where I was like, man, you know, I'm glad I got these collections, because I would not have known about these, or I think I did know about these, but, like, I just haven't played them. So, yeah, super cool. Another one as a positive on the list. So this is where my bias is going to show again. This game, Ghost Pilots. You know, I kind of said earlier in the video that I'm not like the biggest shmup guy, and it's shmups like this that give me that feeling. It's one of the ones where it's a little bit older, it's a little bit clankier. You know, one hit, you know, kills you, which that's normal for shmups. You know, and I'll be the first to say, skill issue. I'm just not that good at these things. But I hate it when you die and you like lose everything. This one just feels slow. I mean, for me personally, and you know, everyone's gonna be different, this is not a game that I like. This is not one for me. So for me on this collection, this is kind of the first dud. But you know, hey, everyone's gonna be different. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I wish this one was better, but for me, it's just not. Oof, tic-tac-toe, 2 in a row. This baseball game, Baseball Star Professional, is just not it for me. It's like a lose-lose. Like, it's a sports game, and I'm not the biggest into sports games. It's a baseball game. When it comes to sports games, I'm really not into baseball games, and it's an old game. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, man. I'm just not a fan. I don't like how it controls. I don't really care about it. I mean, this is like 100% bias, but also, you know, I am taking into account just the age of it. It's not very satisfying. This isn't a game that like I would fire up this collection for. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a negative for me. Dude, this game is off the chain. Mutation Nation. I think I've played this before somewhere. I don't know where, but I think I played it on my Neogeo cabinet. But this game is so cool. Like, it's like really gross, gory, and like, you know, you're fighting people, but the people turn into monsters. You get really crazy powers. Like, everything is nuts. It's cool. It's just really, really, really cool. I mean, like, even like the weird bosses, like everyone just looks like distorted, like, think of like Hellraiser, like, you know, like the weird twisted flesh and monster mutants. It is cool, man. Like, this is an awesome beat 'em up. Highly recommend. And like I said, it's cool because it's on these, you know, it's on these collections where everything runs off of credits, and you can just mash the credits as much as you want to essentially give yourself unlimited lives to play the game, beat the game. Recommend, highly recommend. This one is very fun. Beating down these fake Freddie Mercurys is awesome. So this is the price of admission for me. Big Tournament Golf, Neo Turf Masters. It's called different things in different places around the world. This is, unironically, this is so weird. Because, I mean, you know, if you've been watching my channel, right, like my favorite games of all time, you know, Final Fantasy IV, freaking Mega Man Legends, the series, you know, it's weird that this game is up there. This is easily a top 10 game for me, though. Freaking Neo Turf Masters, you know, Tournament Golf. It's everything. I don't know why. I'm not even a big golf fan. And, like, in fact, I'm not a golf fan at all. But the music is good. The gameplay just feels good. Like, playing this game feels good. I love everything about it. In fact, I'm recording this gameplay right here, and like, this is a testament to how much I've played this game. I just straight up score an eagle on the first hole. I mean, and it sucks because I had to keep recording because I really wanted to have this sound clip right here. That is one of the most satisfying sound clips I love. On the green, I mean, like, this game, it's a game that when I have friends over, we play it on my arcade machine all the time. I love this game. I love the fact that I now have technically a physical copy on my Switch. I've bought this game digitally on my Switch because I love this game. I have a weird bootleg version of this game for the Dreamcast. I love this game. Price of admission right here. Just like how in Volume 1, Mark of the Wolves, Volume 2, Neo Turf Masters, you know, Big Tournament Golf, whatever you want to call it. Man, this game is so freaking good. Now, I kind of hate to end on a bummer note. This is such a shame. I get the popularity. If you don't know, in Japan, like, there's a huge market for like these like horse betting, horse racing games. It's like massive. I mean, like, there are a bajillion of these type of games. I personally don't care. I tried playing this one, didn't like it. And once again, this is like my bias coming through. Maybe you're a fan of horse racing, and if so, like, maybe this is like a good one. I don't know, man, but I tried playing it, not interested at all. In fact, I was doing pretty good until all of a sudden I just wasn't. Yeah, this is not my game, but because of that, it's another minus, which ironically makes this one the lower of the two. You know, 10 games, 3 of them I didn't like, so 7 out of 10. I will say Neo Turf Masters for me kind of makes this an infinite out of 10. I mean, hey, I love Mark of the Wolves, don't get me wrong, but dude, Neo Turf Masters, come on, man, that game is so good. But yeah, that's just me. So like I said, you know, collection number 1, 8 out of 10. Collection number 2, 7 out of 10. Based purely on just games that I would play or not play. But yeah, I mean, you know, do that with what you will. And, you know, like I said earlier, and like I'll definitely say again in the outro, let's check out next week. We got Volume 3 and Volume 4, 20 more games. So that was Volumes 1 and 2. Man, there's some heavy hitters in there. There's some really good games. You know, like I said earlier in the video, next week we're going to be talking about Volumes 3 and 4. So we're going to have 20 more games to talk about. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if this is something that caught your eye. If you didn't know about this, now you do. And like I said, there's 4 of them. So, you now got the lowdown on the first 2. Next week, you'll get the lowdown on the last 2. And I look forward to seeing you then. So, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Neogeo Switch Collection video. So last week I talked about volumes 1 and 2, and this week I'll be talking about volumes 3 and 4. And a little bit of a refresher, the way I'm kind of doing this is purely like a me thing. Like, I'm basing how much I like these based on how much I like these kind of games. So you might totally disagree, but it's super convenient. Each one of these has 10 games on it. So if I like 5 games, I'm going to say, hey, this is a 5 out of 10. That easy. So without further ado, like I said, we did volumes 1 and 2 last week, so 20 games. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But this week we're doing volumes 3 and 4, 20 more games. So man, let's go into it. So I'm not going to give much of a recap of the last video. You should watch the last video if you want to see volumes 1 and 2. The main thing I said in the intro that I'll just lightly touch on here is these games have the manuals that have all the character moves or information you would need to play them. But we're starting straight off with King of the Fighters 96, and it's no surprise, I'm sure, to many of you, especially those who watched the first video of the first 2 collections. But King of the Fighters 96, like many of the King of the Fighters games, is good. They all are very good of their own merit. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a +1 because man, I love this game. I love the Orochi Saga. I love the characters they have in it. And this is the first one I remember where they kind of like started incorporating like boss characters from previous games. So very cool, very good game. This is one that I recommend playing if you get this collection. So next up is Samurai Shodown 3, and you know what? Kind of like a little bit of a spoiler for any of these collections in the future that have Samurai Shodown games. I mean, the quote-unquote worst one that there could have been would have been 1 because it's the oldest. But as I stated in the last video, 1 was really good, and they literally only got better from there. And this is a prime example of that, man. I mean, it says Samurai Shodown 3, so far, we've had a couple Samurai Showdowns, right? We've had 1, we've had 5, and now 3. And I tell you, it's really good. It's actually really cool to, like, kind of see, like, playing all these so close together, because I recorded all these videos, like, all at the same time. But, like, just to see how they evolved and how they're different. But this is still just a really, really good game. And the sprite work's phenomenal. The gameplay is obviously phenomenal. And this is another one that you should definitely play if you get this collection. So I was wondering if I would finally find a game that from a series I really like that just was too old. And I found it. King of the Fighters 1, or Fatal Fury King of the Fighters, like the original one. This is the Street Fighter 1 of these collections. It's just not that good. I mean, it's better than Street Fighter 1. I will say that. If you ever played Street Fighter 1, you'll know what I mean. I mean, this game is, like, playable, but it's just, you get 3 characters. It's super hella easy. It's just not, it's not there. You can really tell that this one's just older. I mean, and some people might want to play it, like, out of, like, maybe nostalgia or historical. But like I said, the way I'm reviewing these games is if I would play them, like I had friends over, like, hey, let's play some games, would I play this one? And this one is a no. I would not play this one. It's just not good. Like, there's just way better options on these collections, and there's way better options. I mean, King of the Fighters 96 is the first game on here. Like, why would you play that? Why would you play this instead of that? Like, there's zero reason. Like, this is not a game that's kind of worth your time. Okay, so this game is, it's a little jank. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna say that it's like the best one because it's one of the older ones. World Heroes, that is. And I'll be the first to admit that, like, World Heroes 2 is definitely better. But any fighting game where I can play as Rasputin, fucking Russia's greatest love machine, is a game that I'm gonna recommend. I don't care. It's fun. This series is fun. It's like technically not like one of the better fighters on, Neo Geo in general, or just even on this collection. But like, it's very interesting. The characters are very interesting, and like, this is a game that you could like easily get with your friends, and like kind of hook up and just kind of jack around for, you know, an hour, just playing all the weird characters, just checking everyone out, doing their specials just to see what they're like. But like, they're fun. It's fun. It's a fun game. It's very interesting. It's not gonna be on Evo, or at least it shouldn't be, but it's definitely a good time. I'm probably gonna have to apologize for this one. So this is the first one that's popped up in this collection like this, but this is Last Resort. It's a shoot 'em up. If you watch my last video, and you know, once again, if you watch my last video, I am biased towards shoot 'em ups. I'm not good at them, so because of that, I really kind of don't like them that much. Like, it has to be like a certain kind of shoot 'em up for me to really enjoy it, and this one is not it. And it's a shame, because like, this one looks really good. Like, it looks really good, and the controls are interesting. The option is interesting. It's just the moving backwards to make the ball your option, like move where you want it to move. It's just not for me, and it's one of those ones where like when you die, you lose everything, and you know, one touch death. It's not for me, and I'm really sorry about that, because this is probably like a well-loved game, but for me, like this is a ding on it for me. For a lot of people, this might be like the reason to buy this console, or this collection, but for me, it's just not it. So next we have a beat 'em up, and this one's called Sengoku, and like, this one was hard for me because like, so yeah, I'm trying not to compare it to other beat 'em ups, right? Like I said, I'm trying to compare this to, would I play this? You know, would I sit down with friends and check this out and play this? And it's cool, it's interesting. You know, the scaling on the enemies to come from the background is kind of neat, but you can tell it's like really old, and like there are way more fun games, even on this collection. This one just isn't it. Like, I don't know, it's cool. Like, I really want to say it's cool, but it's not for me. I don't know. I tried to play it for a while, and it's just like, you know, it's neat to see like where SNK came from, but this game just feels a little too old, feels a little too janky. It's not one that I would put on the list. So, you know, because of that, I can't really recommend this one. But, you know, here's a game that kind of like breaks the mold that I just kind of lost there. This is Ninja Combat, right? So another kind of side-scrolling beat 'em up, and this one's old. Like, look at the graphics, the animation. Like, it's not like, you know, cream of the crop, but it's just way more fun. It was way more fun than Sengoku, and like, the abilities are cool, the specials were cool, the weapons were cool. I like how your default is kind of a projectile. This was a fun one. Like I said, I mean, like I said, you can tell it's older. The age makes it look a little goofy, but take that out of it, and like, the gameplay is there, and the sprites are, you know, admittedly wonky looking, but it's just really fun to play. So this is one that, you know, kind of like the opposite of the last game. Age didn't really kind of mess with it, and I think it's worth checking out. It's definitely one that I want to keep playing, actually. And it's cool because, you know, like I said, all these things are 2 players, so this could be a really great game to play with friends. So here's one that I did not expect to like as much as I did, and that is like 3-round bout. It's like a wrestling game, like a pro wrestling game. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna be watching this gameplay, and I'm very bad. I'm not good at it, and I definitely lose. You know, when I was recording this, I lost. But I will say that graphically, this game was awesome. Mechanically, this game was awesome, and this is a game that I think I want to actually learn. Like, I didn't, you know, I have to record so many of these for these 2 videos. You know, it's 40 games total. It's like I didn't really have time to, like, you know, soak it in as much as I would want to. I would like to, you know, go through the manual and look at the controls for this game, because this game is cool. It just, everything about it is cool. I like the mechanics. I like the grapple mechanics. I like how you have to like break free, and you know, it's like wrestling, but also it's a little bit over the top, like SNK. I mean, this dude's like breathing fire and stuff. So this is a game that I can see myself playing more of and want to. So here's another one that kind of breaks the mold for me, and that's Blazing Star. I mean, I said before that, you know, I'm not really the biggest into shoot 'em ups. Like, it has to be like a really specific kind of shoot 'em up. And this is a good one. Like, this one is really cool. I like the options for the ships. I like that you can, you know, obviously play multiplayer. I like that you can charge up your shots. I like just the power-ups you get are really cool. Makes the game feel really good. The graphics are amazing. I didn't look at what year this game is, but it has to be a little bit of an older one. I mean, older, like, newer, you know what I mean?
because like you can really tell that this game has like some really cool quality, and they were able to do stuff that they were kind of doing like, you know, later in the arcades. There's a lot going on here. It's a really busy game, but I like this one a lot, and you know, it takes a lot for me to like really be a fan of a shooter. So you know, when one does stand out, you know, I guess take that as a good recommendation. Like, where if you're a shoot 'em up kind of guy, and it's a shoot 'em up that I like, you're probably really gonna like it, I would hope. So I didn't think I'd be saying this after the last video. If you watched my last video, I talked about a baseball game they had there that I thought was junk. Was not a fan of it, because I'm not really a big sports ball video game fan anyway. But like, this baseball game is really, really, really good. Like, it's really cool. I love the graphics. The controls felt right. Everything was just really cool about it. I can say wholeheartedly that, you know, this is a game that I will and would keep playing. You know, I don't know if I would enjoy the multiplayer as much. Maybe I would. I don't know. It's cool, though. I mean, if you get this collection, I would say check this one out. I think it's really neat. And because of that, that rounds out Volume 3. So, you know, if we're following the scoring system I did before, essentially, you know, how many games would I play? It's out of 10, and then that's the score. So for this one, you know, I recommend 7 out of the 10 games. So 7 out of 10. You know, not too bad. You know, I think it's worth doing. It's a C, solid C. And there's some good games on here. I mean, you got King of Fighters 96, and stuff like that. And spoiler, because, you know, we're going right into Volume 4. But I will say that out of the 4 that I have, that exist right now, I will say that Volume 3 is the weakest. You know, even though it got the same score as Volume 2, 7 out of 10, I think the lows are a little bit lower on this one, but that's just me. And the highs are definitely higher on Volume 2. But on the whole, I can still say I would play some of these games, and am going to. So now we're rolling into Volume 4, and I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler here. This is weird, right? So Volume 1 and Volume 2 both had games that are like literally on my personal top 10 games like of all time. And I still highly recommend those. You know, the last one, Volume 3, like I said, was kind of a little bit of the weakest. But Volume 4, like, in some way, is, I think, like, I mean, like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but it gets the highest score out of the 4 for me. And that's based on when I play these games, because there's a lot of games on here that I hadn't played before. And now that I've played them, I mean, pretty much almost all these are bangers. So let's just jump right into it. I mean, immediately out the gate, you have King of the Fighters 2000, which is like one of the best King of the Fighters. I mean, like, this is really, really when they were like making big strides into just becoming better and better and better and better. This one has like the introduction of some of my favorite characters. The backgrounds, as always, are amazing. But this game is just great. If you're into King of the Fighters and you want to, you know, or maybe you're not into King of the Fighters, you want to like try one, like, this is a really good place to start. It's kind of like in the middle. But it's still sprite based. It's still really good. And, you know, so straight out the gate, you know, we're already at 1 out of 10. And that trend's gonna kind of hold true for quite a while for this collection. And kind of like the first 2 collections, it goes right into a Metal Slug game. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't matter which Metal Slug it is. All of these are quality. Like, there is not a, oh, that's the old one, you know, that's the one that's not as good. I mean, this one is just as good as any of them, and it's amazing. It's really, really fun, and I, once again, highly recommend it. If you've never played any Metal Slug games, you can't go wrong with any of them. You know, this one might be a cool one to start with because it is like the first one, but I mean, they're all good. Like, they're really fun. And, you know, like, you know, I said this, I didn't say it in this video yet, I said it in the last video. You know, all these are the arcade games, and you can just add more credits by pressing the shoulder button. So, like, you know, a game like this, where on a console version or a non-arcade version, you know, you could run out of quarters and get a game over and then be like, I'm kind of bummed out. Here you can just keep, quote-unquote, pumping in the quarters and continue to play with your buds all night. So this one's a little weird. I had not played this one. This is Path of the Warrior Art of Fighting 3. And I had not played this one, although, you know, I'm familiar with a lot of the characters, because King of the Fighters, if you don't know, you know, really takes characters from some of their other fighting games and kind of groups them together and made a new plot. But this game was really cool. I really liked how the scaling worked in this one. You know, this, like I said, it's a game I hadn't played before, and The characters looked cool. They moved really fluid. The special moves felt good to use. It was just a cool game, like overall. I like playing fighting games that I'd never played before because it kind of like lets me check out like a whole new. It feels like I'm checking out a whole new world. So it was neat doing that with this one, and I definitely want to go back and play it more because I want to see like what these other characters are all about and kind of like what the world is like. But even just playing a couple rounds for this video, I really enjoyed myself. Now, this is kind of like the first 2 volumes. This is like the price of admission game. This isn't the better of the 2, but this is Last Blade. If you've never played the Last Blade series, it's amazing. Last Blade 2, I will say, is like easily a top 10, fighting game for me. Top 5 fighting game for me, probably. But Last Blade 1 is no slouch. I mean, like, it's really, really good. If you have not played the Last Blade series, you would really enjoy it, I'm sure. The backgrounds, of course, are awesome. The character sprites are awesome. The special moves are amazing. It's just a good game. It's it's great, and I would love that if they keep making these collections that they have Last Blade 2 on one of them as well. That'd be really cool. But you're not really losing out here. It's not like, oh man, like 2 is better than 1 in my opinion, but like 1 is super solid, worth your time, and I'm glad it's on this collection. Dude, Ninja Commando. This game surprised the hell out of me. It's one of those kind of like, I said this in the last game, or the last video, I don't know what you would call this. It's like a shoot 'em up, but you kind of control your destiny by like, you're the one who's pacing how far forward you go. But this game is like crazy because usually games like this, like it's, kind of like Contra, you have a gun and you're shooting going forward. But this one, you're a ninja, and you can like turn into an eagle and shoot like energy eagles, and you launch giant fireballs, and like the faster you tap the button, the crazier it gets. This game is freaking awesome. Like, I feel like this game with 2 people would be amazing. I don't know. If you've ever played this game, let me know in the comments down below, because I had never played it before now, and like, oh man, I was so pleasantly surprised of how fun this was. It was another one of those ones where I was like, crap, I gotta stop playing this because I need to like keep recording stuff for these videos. But I mean, the bosses were cool. Everything was cool about it. It was just very, very, very enjoyable. I am so glad this game exists on this collection because I had never played it before and I knew nothing about it, and I'm glad now. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that one of my favorite games ever is Tetris. I love Tetris. It is so fun. Then I've never seen this game before. Puzzled, it's called. And at first I was like, hey, it looks like Tetris. And then I noticed it's not Tetris. And the whole point of this game is to complete the lines to free the balloon at the bottom. And when the balloon touches the top, then you go to the next level. So it's like Tetris, but if Tetris was a puzzle challenge. And like different lines have different weights to them in the sense that like sometimes when you clear a line, like everything above it drops down, like kind of like they had gravity on it rather than just like staying stagnant. But also like some blocks don't do that. So it's really interesting. It's like Tetris, but instead of like fast-paced line clearing, it's more like, I mean, Tetris is a puzzle game, but it's more like a puzzle in the sense that you're trying to figure out what you need to do to free the balloon, and it's different. And I like that it's different, but I also like that it's Tetris. So for me, this game's like perfect because it's like different Tetris. It's like I've taken a game that I already like, and then I've changed the script a little bit so I can have something new. And because of that, I think this game is phenomenal. Super glad it's on this collection because I would have never known about it if it wasn't for this. Now, this game is totally an arcade game. It is crazy. The Super Spy. It is awesome, though. It's like, it's one of those like weird like first person arcade games that were like kind of popular in the 90s. It's neat though. Like you basically, it's from your point of view. So, it's just your fists. You can have a gun, you can have a knife. I would imagine I didn't get to keep playing it because of, I'm trying to record stuff for this video, but like I can imagine you get way more gadgetry and weapons as it goes on. But it's cool, man. This game is really fun. It's a neat concept. And it reminds me of like those like Sega CD games at the time, like the first person kind of like light gun games almost. It's cool though. This is a really neat game. And like I said, like that's kind of like the theme with this collection is, the first 2 had a bunch of really cool stuff that I knew. The third one was good, but like not as good as the first two. And this one's a bunch of games I've never played, and I just keep finding more and more reasons to love it. But speaking of games I've never played, this is Ragnagard. I don't know how you want to say it. But this is a weird fighting game too. It has like the pre-rendered graphics, think like Donkey Kong. So at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this because pre-rendered graphics, like in a fighting game, seems odd. But I'm not gonna lie, it played really good. It played really cool, actually. I thought it was neat. I thought it was cool and different, and that's what I really liked about it. Because it stands out, and I'm a fighting game nut, so this is a game I definitely want to like stick around with, try out a little more, because like I tried a couple different characters and they both played really different, but also like graphically this game is just really different and really cool. I can recommend it. I can recommend it highly. I think it's cool. I think it's worth trying, and it's another testament to how this collection is a bunch of weird games I had never heard of before, and I just keep having fun with them. So we finally get to the first and spoiler only dud of this collection, Neogeo Cup 98, and this, once again, totally a personal thing. It has to be a really good sports game for me to be like interested, and I just wasn't having it with this one. I played a full game, and it just it was a 0-0 score, which is happens in soccer, I get you, or football, but just I didn't enjoy this. It didn't play very fun for me. It didn't have a good time. So this is the dud of this collection, in my opinion. If you're a soccer guy, I mean, heck, this might be the one that puts you over the top. But I did not have a good time playing this one. So this is the last game on the collection, and with my track record, probably not going to be something I like, right? Because it's another shoot 'em up, and I'm not really the fondest of those, as I've stated many times in these two videos now. But this is Polestar, and I'm not going to lie, really liked it. It's cool because like they kind of have combined stuff from their past games and did it in a way where it's really cool. So some of the past games, shoot 'em ups that is, had it to where you can shoot or you can charge and do a big shot, or other games was you can shoot like regular, or the faster you tap the shoot button, the more crazy stuff happens. This game has both. If you tap your shoot a whole lot, you get a bunch of crazy shots, or you can charge it and do one big blast. It's cool. It's a fun game, and I think in general this one is awesome, which is great because that means that this collection, if we're going by my metric, is 9 games worth playing out of the 10. And like I said, when I went into this, like I was gung-ho on like, yeah, nothing's really gonna beat those first two. I mean, Mark of the Wolves, freaking Neo Turf Masters, but this one like had so many weird, varied games. I mean, there's a lot of variation in this collection specifically, and yeah, because of that, you basically get a 9 out of 10. So it's kind of funny that out of the 4, the highest recommended one is the one with the games I hadn't played, and maybe that's why it intrigues me the most. But in general, this one's very cool. Highly recommend it. This game is really cool. Anyway, if you guys got these any of these collections, let me know down below, because it's been fun recording these, and I hope they keep making them.
And so that wraps up the Neo Geo collections as it sits now. I mean, there's 4 of these. I don't know if they're going to make more. That'd be awesome if they did. I would not be opposed. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with my kind of very rough round-the-world scores here? I was a little surprised, to be honest, myself, because there's some games on here I'd never played and stuff that really stuck out to me. Hopefully, some of the stuff sticks out to you. Maybe you even jump into these. But like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. I personally think all 4 of these are definitely worth getting, mainly because they're on PlayAsia, and you can get like a deal when you buy a lot of games at once. This is 4 games, so it's a good deal. But hey, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. Hey, what's going on, guys? So in the past, I did some reviews on the Neo Geo selections that had come out for the Switch, and they're great because, as I've said in those videos, you get 10 games per selection, And so it makes it very easy on me to give you a rating, because if I like 8 of the games, I'm going to say it's an 8 out of 10. And so it's been really fun. I've gotten to play a lot of games that I really, really like, that I'm like, man, these are great to have a physical copy of on my Switch. I've also gotten to play games that I had never seen before, so that was really cool. If you're jumping into this video first, without watching the other ones, because I believe I talked about this in the other ones. Essentially, these are the arcade versions, so they have like an option for putting in quarters. So for certain games like beat 'em ups or shoot 'em ups or what have you, you can actually beat them to completion without worrying about a game over, because you can just keep adding quarters, which is really, really cool. In the past, I would do 2 of these at once, but just with the games, there's so many games on there, those videos felt really long to me. So going forward, because it seems like they're going to just keep making these forever, going forward, I'm just going to do 1 game at a time. So this is the video for selection number 5. Next week, if you're watching this on the week of release, I'll be doing 6, and later in the year, they've already announced, I've already pre-ordered 7 and 8. I don't know how far they're going to go, but so far, I've been really, really loving it. So let's go into the 10 games of the Neogeo selection number 5. So this one starts off with King of the Fighters 2002, which to me is like a gem. Here, to my knowledge, the only way you could play this like on consoles was like a 2-pack that I think was 2001 and 2002. But the thing that's really cool about this game, I talked about this in a more recent video, I think for like King of the Fighters 15 or whatever, because they brought him back. But it has a character who ended up eventually becoming K999, or he used to be, he switched to being known as like Unknown or Nameless, but he is in this game K999, which is based off of the main character from the anime movie Akira, and it's amazing. It's just really cool. But overall, 2002 is just a solid fighting game anyway. It's just the fact that this character is in it, to me, is kind of like a bonus, because it's such a weird, cool little thing, little historical deal of like, you know, this guy was kind of, they got in trouble for using them. But it's a good game. I mean, if you, this is one of the peak ones for me. I mean, you know, this one, like 2002 Ultimate Match is like even better. But this game is just really solid. A lot of good characters and a very, very fun one for this collection. So this one actually surprised the hell out of me. This is Art of Fighting 2, and this is a fighting game that I hadn't played before, like full transparency. But like the thing that really surprised me was, usually with some of these games that are a little bit older, they just don't feel as good. And in past videos for these collections, I've even said as much, and I've even said like this is not, you know, one that I'd recommend. But this game, man, it goes so smooth. It has like the zoom in, zoom out scrolling. The graphic wise, fighting wise, it feels good, it looks good. And the thing that really surprised me about this game is it's just very, very, very fast paced. I mean, it's very fast paced. One thing that's different though, which is kind of cool, you know, like I said, I had never played this before, is you have like a special bar, but instead of it like, you know, filling it up and using it for like your big flashy move, it's how you do your regular moves like Hadoken and this kind of stuff, which is interesting because, you know, a problem with some games, which they've fixed now in the future, but some older games, is like, you know, you just shoot fireballs over and over and over again and you can't do anything. And here, you really can't do that. So, you know, pretty cool. I really enjoyed this one, and this definitely gets a pass from me. Now, this game kind of follows the last game as far as my recommendation goes. I mean, spoiler, I like it, so it's going to get a point. But it's Real Bout Fatal Fury, and it's one of those ones where I'm like, man, you know, these older games usually don't hold up as well. But this one is so fast-paced. Like, it is awesome. I really, really enjoyed my time playing it. Another one that I did not play back in the day, which is crazy, because like with so many collections, I feel like I should have played this one. But very, very cool. I like this one. I think it's worth checking out. Once again, the character I chose, I remember this character from one of the King of the Fighters, they take games from all the different franchises. So I remember this character being in a King of the Fighters game or one of those. But like, it's not a character that like I really recognize. So it was kind of like me playing a brand new game with a brand new character and kind of seeing where we went with it. And man, it was fun. Like I said, very fast paced, very interesting, and very enjoyable. Now this game is friggin' nuts. Twinkle Star Sprites. I had never played this game as well. I feel like there's a theme with this collection. But man, okay. My first thought was I looked at like the screenshot and I was like, oh, it's kind of like, you know, two-player Tetris where, you know, get like the two-player Tetris, when you get lines, you send the lines, trash lines over to your friends. That's what it looked like from a distance. Or maybe like, you know, Puzzle Fighter or something. But then I saw that it was a shoot 'em up, or more specifically, a cute 'em up, which is a shoot 'em up that, you know, uses cute sprites, and, you know, where all the enemies are like happy rabbit things, and you're usually playing like a, you know, schoolgirl witch, someone, you know, something cute. Hence the name cute 'em up. But this is like such a cool concept. It is a cute 'em up. And as you do better, you send the trash, quote unquote, like you send over are more enemies and stuff for your like opponent to deal with. Kind of gives me vibes of like when they did Mario 35 like a while ago. Although of course this was way first. But this game is cool. It's like really cool actually. And in fact, it makes me want to start doing a little research, because I wonder if they have like a non-cute 'em up version, like, you know, something like you know, I don't know, a more established shooter that, you know, you're sending over not cute little fun things, something crazier. But this game's cool, man, and this game like definitely gets the good grade from me, because I really enjoyed it. So now we have a racing game. This one's called Thrash Alley. I'm going to be very biased on this. I do not like the top-down isometric-y racers. I'm not good at them. I always turn way too much. I overcompensate, undercompensate. So I'm not going to give this one a fair shake. This is full transparency, man, and I'm sorry. But I'm not good at these games, and I don't enjoy them. It's, you know, to me, it like they look like Micro Machines anyway. Like graphically, this game looks pretty cool, I guess. But like, it's not me, you know? When I play racers, I usually want them to be like a goofy arcade racer where it's like over the top, or something like a fun kart racer, like Mario Kart or something. Or, you know, depending on the game, like there's been a few times I've really liked the realistic ones, but like those are even few and far between for me. But this one is just, it's not for me anyway. So I'm not going to recommend this game myself, but, you know, hey, feel free to disagree with me in the comments. And now we are mixing it up again with Burning Fight. This one is a beat 'em up, and you know what? It's not bad. You know, sometimes there are some bad beat 'em ups. I'll admit that. There's, you know, they just don't feel good. But this one's cool. You know, it's not crazy hard. Although I feel like the weapons weren't something that I ended up using much of, because they just were a little tedious to grab, and were, you know, I felt like the character I picked was maybe it's because I picked a strong man. He was so strong that like I didn't need the weapons, but, you know, on the whole, pretty dang fun, pretty cool. I don't know if you're a beat 'em up fan, because I mean, if you're not, then, you know, this probably won't be for you. But one thing I did think was funny was I like beat up a guy, and I picked up his handgun and just blasted him. It's like, I don't, you know, I blend beat 'em ups in my head together, but like I don't for the life of me remember a game that's mostly like not, you know, like mostly melee centric, and then out of nowhere like you get like the gun. But I don't know, this one's a really cool one. I could see this one being really fun, 2 players. Like I said, this is like an arcade style collection, so you can just keep throwing in quarters and play for as long as you want. Playing with 2 people I think would be really fun, and this game definitely gets the grade for me. This is another game I have not played, and it is crazy. Aggressors of Dark Combat. I don't think I'm going to do this review justice, because this was one that as I was recording, I realized that I think I need to stop and look at the manual and kind of figure out what's going on a little bit better, because it's not like a normal fighting game. There's it's weird. It's like you move like a beat 'em up, but you fight like a fighting game. I will say, just off the bat, animation phenomenal. The combos are awesome. Everything flows really, really well. The backgrounds super cool. I mean, that's like always the case with most SNK Neogeo games. But you know, a lot of movement going on, a lot of stuff happening. And like I said, it's like a beat 'em up because like they throw out weapons for you, like you know, like a beat 'em up that you would pick up. There's a lot going on here, and this is a game that I really want to revisit and see a little bit more of because it feels like it's way more complicated than I got to experience. This is a cool game, though. You know, like I said, it's something I hadn't played before. Is new to me, and you know, a very welcome addition to this collection because man, I can really dig it. So every one of these collections has had like the game that's like, man, that's the price of admission for me, baby. I mean, I had Mark of the Wolves on one of them. I had the Neo Turf Masters, which is one of my all-time favorite games, on one of them. And this one might be it for this one. I mean, there's been some bangers on this collection so far. I mean, King of the Fighters 2002 is really dope. That Twinkle Star Sprites was really awesome. But if you'd been watching my other reviews, this will probably come as a shock to you because I typically, personally, do not like shmups that much. I just don't. I don't know why. I really hate the ones where you lose all your power-ups, especially. But I'm just not the biggest shmup guy. This is a game that I play on my MVS, my arcade cabinet in my game room. I play this one all the time with friends, which makes this collection great because it is the arcade version. And the reason both work so well is because you can just, like I said before several times now, just crank in the quarters digitally or otherwise and just have as many goes as you want. This game is so freaking cool. It's ridiculous, first off. I mean, if you weren't paying attention, like if you're just listening to this and like not watching the video, I'm playing as a dolphin is my pilot. And there's weird pilots. There's like, I think it's like a brother and sister, like a baby. They all have really insane, like in between level dialogue that is just like phenomenal. But the thing I love about this game is like, it's like each level starts out like what you'd expect from a shoot 'em up, like, oh, here's some planes, here's some helicopters. Then all of a sudden, like, a building transforms into a Gundam, or like, you know, a giant walking spider comes out of like, just blows out of a skyscraper, like it's been parked there, like they built the skyscraper around it. And because of that, these games are crazy. Like they're so over the top, and then like usually by the end, I'm not going to spoil anything here because I highly recommend playing them, but usually like by the end of the games, like the last levels, you're fighting just literally utter madness. These games are great, and like I said, this is Aero Fighters 2, and it is just so stupid good. I highly recommend it. This gets like 50 checks. Granted, I can only give it 1 point, but yeah, this game is friggin' dope. So this one is it's like a sports game. It's Super Sidekicks. It's a soccer game, and you know, I said this on previous, videos, like the sports games to me are like really hit or miss, usually miss. I will say there's one thing about this game that's really cool, and that's the animations, like after you score a goal. But a little bit on me with this one, but like I don't really like sports games that much anyway, so it already has that kind of going against it. But the real problem is some of those other collections I played had better sports games, better soccer games. So this one, for me, wasn't it. Once again, very biased, so I'm sorry about that. But the animation is just okay. It is an older one, so I get it. The controls are all right, I suppose. I'm just not good at them, and I got to play way better ones, so this one's not gonna pass for me. So you might be surprised with my review on this one. This is Cyber Lip. It's like a run and gun, maybe I think like Contra or whatever. The problem I have with it, and I don't understand this, is it just feels so stiff. I mean, the animations are cool, the power-ups are cool. It does suck that you lose everything when you die, but like, you can't shoot at angles. You move really, really slow. To shoot up, you have to like stop, like straight up stop and look up, and you can't move while doing it. Just leaves you a sitting duck. It's just, I don't want to be like contrarian or whatever, but like it just doesn't feel good. This game, I wish it was cooler, because like it feels like it should be cooler. I mean, the idea of like, you know, killing the guys and like their death animations are really cool. Like they blow up and turn into like robots, or, like they were cyborgs the whole time. Like a lot of this stuff is really cool looking, and you know, it feels like it's in a great position to be a good game. It's too clunky and it's not fun, especially when you have like so many better options on the different collections, and even so many better games on this collection. This one does not get a pass by me. It's, you know, I wanted to, I really did, because I really like these kind of games, but it just I don't know, it doesn't play well. And at the end of the day, like, you play games because you want them to play well. It doesn't matter if it's the prettiest game on earth. Like, if it's not fun, then, you know, you're not going to play it. So that's the way I feel about this one. But hey, feel free to disagree with me. So, based on my criteria, if you weren't keeping tabs during the video, I liked 7 of the games, and, you know, so this, to me, is a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think, though. Once again, you know, this is just my opinion. There might have been a game on there that I didn't like that you love, or there might be a game that I really like that you hate. But I did want to show you guys all of them, and I really hope you enjoyed everything I talked about with these. I would like to get your opinions, though, because, you know, everyone's different, and, you know, maybe I missed something, or maybe I wasn't looking at something right. Either way, let me know down below, and it's been awesome reviewing these with you. And hey, that's going to do it. Hey, if you haven't watched one of these videos yet, then let me give you a little bit of a recap. The Neogeo selections have been coming out now for like a year or two, and basically each one of these is a physical copy, all on the cartridge, of 10 Neogeo games, the arcade versions, and they are awesome. They're so cool. I mean, I've gotten, because of this, I have now physical on the cartridge versions of like Mark of the Wolves and, you know, the Metal Slugs, just games I really, really, really enjoy. As far as making these videos, it's been really fun because there are 10 games per cartridge, so super easy for me to review. If I like 7 games, 7 out of 10, easy peasy. And I tell you what, it's given me the opportunity to replay a lot of games I really enjoyed back in the day. It's also given me an opportunity to play games I'd never played before, for better or for worse. You know, it depends. But, you know, once again, the way I review this is I go through all 10 games. Do I like the game? Yep, get a point. Do I not like the game? Nope, no point. At the end of the day, like 7 of them, 7 out of 10. But once again, this is my opinions. You know, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but everyone's going to have different views. But without further ado, let's jump into number 6. This is the 6th one. The Neo Geo Selections number 6. Check out these 10 games and see if this one is worth your time. So, this collection kicks off with King of the Fighters 98, which is like, I feel like I say this every time we talk about King of Fighters games. It's one of my favorite ones. It really is one of the good ones. It's one of the ones where it was so good that they made an Ultimate Match version of it later. But it has a great roster of characters. This is the game that I don't remember where he comes from, but this is the game that I really remember a character named Heavy D being like a really cool character I liked that like I never saw ever again. But I mean, like, on the whole, super good fighting game. I mean, you can play as like boss characters straight from the beginning. If you haven't played this one, like, this is one of the like essential ones. It's like, I feel like over the years with King of Fighters, they hit like peaks, and it's like, this is the best one of this series. This is the best of this series. That's the way I feel about this one. Like, the 95, 96, you know, all that, like 98 was the culmination of that series, and like 2002 was the culmination of the 2000 series. So this is definitely gets a pass for me. This is like a great game. Highly recommend it. So this one is another Samurai Showdown. We haven't seen one of these in a couple collections, but this one's Samurai Showdown 4, which, you know, kind of reminds me of what I was talking about with on the last collection. I forgot which game it was. It might have been Art of Fighting, but it has the really cool kind of zoom in, zoom out effects. But, you know, I really enjoy the Samurai Showdown series. And this one, you know, really, obviously, it's the 4th one, right? So they've already honed in some of the stuff that made the series really great, and they just kind of went forward with this one. This game has a ton of characters. I mean, I really can't say enough good things about it. It is badass, and it's definitely a good one.
And this one obviously gets a pass from me. If you like the Samurai Showdown series, and you haven't played some of the other ones, this one might spoil you a little bit, because like if you play this one first, like you might play some of the older ones later and be like, man, like that's not nearly as good. So, but they are all good, so like it's worth checking out. Maybe don't make it your first one though, but as far as this review is concerned, it gets a pass. So this is another one that I hadn't played before, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special. I mean, I knew a lot of the characters from, King of the Fighters, like I said before, but I had not played this one. And man alive, it is really, really good. I mean, the animation is tip top. I really like how some of the what would later become like standard like special moves that use a power, like the power gauge is different in this game. It looks like you build it up and then like it decreases. Like the better your gauge is, like the better your moves are, and then that's how you kind of unleash the super move. I thought this game was really cool. I like the sliding back and forth. It's really fast paced. I'm surprised to myself that I hadn't played it beforehand. Highly recommend this one. This one definitely gets a point on the list. And I mean, animation's amazing. Everything's really good about this one. There's really not much else I can say about it. Neogeo knew one thing, SNK knew one thing, and that's fighting games. And it's really rare to find one that isn't worth playing on these lists. Okay, so I've said this in past videos before, where it's like, this game is the price of admission, and that, to me, personally, is this game right here, Last Blade 2. I think one of the other collections had Last Blade 1, if I'm remembering correctly. Actually, I'm quite sure about that. But Last Blade 2 is one of the best fighting games, to me, on Earth, ever. It doesn't matter. So, I mean, I would have bought this collection literally for just this game. The fact that it's a physical copy of this game on the cartridge, no download required, I would have bought it for just this game. So, spoiler alert, this one gives the collection overall a point. But it's just so good. The animation, the music, the characters are cool. I mean, everything is just so cool about it. It's one of those things where it's like, a lot of people haven't played it because it's trapped to certain systems. I don't know what all systems it came out on in America. I know it was on the Dreamcast because I have a copy. And I know obviously you could play it on the Neogeo console if you were a millionaire. But man, this game is freaking so good. I don't know if it's in any other collections, and I'm too lazy to do the research right now, but it's awesome. You should definitely get this collection, honestly, just for this game. So this next game is another game I'd never heard of before, Over the Top, I don't know. At first I was like, man, this looks kind of cool. They got pre-rendered graphics, cars, what am I going to expect? And if you'd watched my last video, you're gonna be disappointed by me, maybe. It's an isometric top-down racing game. I talked about in the last video that I'm very biased against these. I'm not good at them. I don't enjoy them. And this one, I mean, the graphics are cool. The cars are neat. But I suck at it and I don't enjoy it. So, I don't base, when I base my reviews of these, it's like literally like, would I play it? And this is not a game I would play. And mainly because I'm not good at it. I always over or under compensate turning. It's just, user error. It's not my kind of game though. When it comes to racing games, I like stuff that's more arcadey fun, or like kart racers with like crazy power-ups and stuff. But this one is just not for me. But hey, feel free to call me out in the comments, because this is, everyone's different, right? So I went back and forth on this one. It's another soccer game. If you watched my last video, once again, I was like, man, soccer game. I'm already not a big sports game guy, and there has been better soccer games on these collections. So, like, maybe not this one. And this one has me torn. This one might make this video different. It might make me score a little differently rather than solid points, because it's a soccer game. The graphics are good. The gameplay is very simple because it's arcadey. And at first I was like, it's average. I don't really like sports games, so I'm probably going to give it a pass.
But then I started getting some points, and I tell you what, man, like just that kind of made it way better. And I know it's gonna sound crazy, but like every time you get a point, you get like the craziest fever dream animations and like screenshots. And I don't know, I kind of love it. So I'm really on the fence on this one. I think I'm gonna, like, instead of giving it a 1 or a 0, I think I'm gonna give it a 0.5. Because like I do like it. I probably would play it if I had a friend over and we had this game only, like this collection only, and they're like, hey, I'm a big soccer guy, let's play this game, I'd play it with them. But would I go out of my way? Probably not. I'm just so torn. I'm so torn on this one. Let me know below, because I mean, I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of zany, but also it's not fun. I don't know. It's so weird. This game has, for me, everything going against it. It's really old, so the graphics and gameplay aren't as fine-tuned as Neogeo and SNK became. It's very slow. It's a sports game. It's a football sports game. I don't like this game. I don't like it at all. Like, and that's, you know, I'm trying to take my bias out of it for just 1 second. Even if I was a football nut and a video game football nut, this game just is so slow and so ugly to look at. I don't like it. Like, I don't think anyone would like it. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know. There's no other way to say it. I wish I liked it, because I don't like lowering the scores on these because of games like this. But man, just overall, this game really sucks and was very unenjoyable. It was a slog for me to just get 2 or 3 minutes of game footage. The first play, I was like, this is not fun. It's slow. There's slowdown. It's not fun. But, you know, whatever. Tell me what you think, I guess. This is a game that I had not played before, and wowie wowie zowie, Sengoku 3 is a beat 'em up. This is like a king. This is a king beat 'em up. This is a beat 'em up for the ages. You got like, so I ended up picking kind of this ninja character. So he has like shurikens and stuff. You have like special moves where you earn a bar. So like a lot of these beat 'em ups, you have a desperation move, or if you like do some stuff, you do a really good attack, but like it, you know, the sacrifices, you lose some health. This one does not have that. Rather, they have a special bar. Think of like a fighting game, and then you can like use your super move, you know, using those bars, and then the bar fills up as you fight enemies regularly. This game is dope. I would love to play this with 2 players. In fact, I stopped playing this game purposefully after like I recorded just enough footage to make sure I had enough footage, but I stopped playing it purposefully because I didn't want to like get really far along. I want to play this game with friends. I'm gonna have some friends over, and we're gonna play this game 2-player, because this game is really cool, and I really want to enjoy it and experience it with friends for the first time. Oh my goodness. Talk about another price of admission game. This is making this collection really good. I talked about this the previous game in the series in the last collection, and that's Aero Fighters. This one's Aero Fighters 3. The last collection had Aero Fighters 2. You know, if you'd watched my other videos and skipped that last one, I'll just kind of recap my thoughts. I'm not a big shmup guy at all. You know, to me, like, it has to be a certain kind of shmup, and this is it. This game is so fun. Just like in my review, in the last review for Selections 5, where I played Aero Fighters 2, I picked the Dolphin. The Dolphin is my favorite character. But these games are so stinking fun if you've never played them. The levels are so cool because they start out like a regular shoot 'em up where you're like in your World War II biplane, and you go down to you know, fight regular tanks and biplanes, and all of a sudden like buildings transform into robots and alternate dimensions open up, and by the end of the game it's literally just insanity. The dialogue in between levels is usually absolutely hilarious. Yeah, this is a series that is worthy of playing and worth the cost of any of these. Making this collection so far have a couple really, you know, high-end games in it, in my mind. But yeah, this game, super awesome. Highly recommend it.
I've played it before, so it's nothing new to me. I do love and enjoy this game, though. So here is one that was very surprising to me. It's called Zed Blade. Never played it before. It's obviously a shoot 'em up, but it's neat. You can pick different pilots, different shoot styles, missiles, and what have you. So you really customizable, which is something that's cool when it comes to shoot 'em ups, because so many of them are so just plain Jane. So when you add the layer of customization, it's cool. But then, the game itself, the ship looks really neat. It's kind of like, it's not like a, like a biplane or something. It's, kind of like a spaceship. And the enemies, are these, weird, shapes that transform into ships. It's really cool. I enjoyed this one a lot. I really like the power-ups that you get, are really cool because you have 3 weapons, kind of like I said. So each power-up is independent. Overall, this is a fun one. This is a game that I did not expect to be as good as I would think, because, like I said previously, even in this review, I'm not the biggest shoot 'em up guy, but when it comes to shoot 'em ups, and really ones I enjoy, I like this one. It reminds me a lot of, almost has like an Einhander feel, except for that it being cyberpunk. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. I think this is a really, really awesome game. So this one was a little hard for me because of that one game. Is it bad? Is it good? I know I said I was going to do, binary 1 or 0. But I'm going to have to probably give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, the options would be 7 or 8. And it's just right in between. It's hard to say for me. But once again, these are my views. I might be talking up games that I really like that you hate. Or you might be looking at games that I hate that you like. So I'd like to know down below what you think. And are you picking up any of these? Because, like I said, this is number 6. I have now, as of the end of this recording, have reviewed all of them that exist so far. But later in the year, 7 and 8 are already up for pre-order. I've already pre-ordered them. So a couple months from now, I'll be doing 2 more videos. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you there if you've been watching these. Because these are so fun to review. I'm so glad they exist. I'm so glad that they're on the cartridge. No updates needed. They're the arcade versions. You can just keep adding quarters and make your way through them. Man, it's awesome. But like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. And that's going to do it today, guys. Once again, thank you so Hey, it's that time again, and I have another one of the Neogeo selections to do a little review of the 10 games to see if it's worth your time. This one is Neogeo Selection Volume 7. So, like the other videos I've done, if you haven't seen them, go check them out. I've already done 1 through 6. Basically, there's 10 games on this thing. And so, super easy to rate it. If I like the game, it gets a point. If I don't like the game, it does not get a point. So, at the end of the day, if I like 7 out of the 10 games, gets a 7 out of 10. So we're going to go through the 10 games that are on this, give a little rate skis, and we shall go from there. Man, so the first game on this one is like a really badass game. Freaking King of the Fighters 2003. If you have not played King of the Fighters 2003, you are missing out. This is like one of the ones where it's kind of later in the arcadey life cycle. I mean, all the future games get arcade machines, but 2003 arcades were still pretty popular. So it kind of goes, the ones past this, I'd say, are more closer into like home console territory. But this game is really cool because this came out after Mark of the Wolves. And it's like I don't know if it's the first one, but it's one of the King of the Fighters that has Mark of the Wolves characters. It's great. This is a good one. This is a banger. I highly recommend it. I mean, this one gets a point for me straight up, just because of just how good it is. So this next one is Fatal Fury Special, and I kind of go back and forth. If you've been watching the older videos, I kind of go back and forth on how I feel about the older fighting games, this being one of those. And sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. And this one just it feels clunky to me. It feels really slow. The special moves are a little wonky. And granted, like, if you're watching this gameplay, I'm not doing too well either, but that's not it. Like, I'm not saying like, man, I sucked at this one, so I don't like it. I don't know. It just didn't feel as good. Like I said, some of the older games, are great.
and I think are worth your time. This one just wasn't cutting it for me, so because of that, I'm not giving a point for this one. This one is a 0. Dude, World Heroes 2 is dope. Like, I will say that this game is kind of the equivalent to me of Street Fighter 2, like before like hyper fighting and you know, tournament edition and all the crazy future versions. This is like kind of like the intro. But that said, like, Street Fighter 2 is an awesome game, and so, you know, this game is an awesome game. I really like the characters. I mean, they're really kind of wacky. You have, like, you know, your basic, like, Ken and Ryu are kind of like ninjas in this game, and then they have just all sorts, and it's great. I mean, if you liked Street Fighter 2, then you're gonna like this game. Definitely worth your time, and because of that, I'm giving it one of the coveted points. This one might be where my bias comes in a little bit, and this is another sports game, another soccer game. This one's Pleasure Goal, and like I said, if you have watched the, you know, the 1 through 6 videos, there have been some soccer games that I was on board with. This one is not that. It's not fun. I did not enjoy it. I don't like the weird sprites. Like, I don't know. They're really kind of weird. It's like pre-rendered graphics, but really gooby and odd. Because of that, it just doesn't feel grand to play. Also, it is gonna sound weird too, but I feel like the screen's a little too small because you have to, like, use the 3 buttons ABC to pass it or choose who you're passing to, and like a lot of the time it does not give you enough. Like, it cycles through them so you know where you're going, but it just doesn't give you enough, like, look ahead to make a decision real quick, real snap decision. And then the gameplay itself is just meh. Yeah, so this one does not do it for me. So this is a rarity for me, a Metal Slug game that I have actually never played, Metal Slug 5. And, you know, if you've watched, I keep saying that, if you have watched the past videos, I've pretty much always given Metal Slug a point, and nothing's going to change here. Metal Slug always gets a point. They are just fun games, especially in these collections, because these collections are the arcade versions, so you can, like, literally just keep mashing in quarters and play like you're in the arcade. I will say, just like the other Metal Slug games, which is just like the arcade, which is, you know, what they're doing here, there is some slowdown. It's worse in other versions than this one. Like, this one's not too bad, but that's just the way it's going to be, because there's a lot going on. These games are really kind of like kick-ass and, you know, have a lot happening. But, you know, this was a cool one, because like I said, I'd never played Metal Slug 5, and just my short little stint of recording gameplay for this video, I really liked what was going on. You know, because Metal Slug, it's like you can only do so many things, but they still find ways to really kind of make it interesting and make it feel different than the other games. Yo, King of the Monsters 2. I remember going way out of my way to buy this game on the Super Nintendo, and so I never played the arcade version. This game is so cool, and the only thing that stinks for the gameplay you're watching right now is that I'm recording this by myself, because this is a really cool co-op game. But basically, you play as like a kaiju monster. You know, I'm kind of like the Godzilla knockoff for the sake of this video. But yeah, there's like a King Kong type thing and like a like Ultraman kind of dude, and it is just cool. I mean, like, you're fighting a boss monster pretty much throughout the level, but also you are going through a beat 'em up stage in between rounds with them. It's awesome. If you have not played this game, it is so good. King of the Monsters 1 is kind of more like a traditional kind of fighting game, more like a wrestling game because it's not like a 2D fighter. But this game is more like a beat 'em up / fighter. You get a lot more to it. It's way cool. Highly recommend. Gets a point for sure. Zoo Papa. This game is really weird. It's really strange. And I'll tell you what, at first I was like, I don't think I'm interested. It reminds me of like Mappy, kind of like the old arcade game. But once you kind of learn the like how you play it, it's kind of really cool. You pick up these little guys, and as you throw them on enemies, they kind of hold them down. And if you hit them, the more little dudes are holding them down, the bigger this like huge circle of stars is that like gets you chain kills. It's kind of like a crazy thing. Basically, it's clear the map, though. Obviously, being an arcade collection, it's a very arcadey game. But I chose the horror level. Like, I guess all the worlds are themed. Chose the horror world, and like the boss is like this giant Dracula type guy. And man, I tell you, I had a great time playing this. I think this is a cool game, and because of that, it also gets a point. Prehistoric Isle 2. You know, if you have been watching the videos, I'll say that again. I have a weird relationship with shoot 'em ups. I either really, really like them, or I really don't like them because like they're just too brutal. Like I'm not saying that they need to be easy, but I don't like it when you lose everything when you die. I jumped into this game not knowing where I'm going to sit on it because the pre-rendered graphics looked kind of wacky, like claymation to me. But I tell you what, I really like it, like a whole lot, a whole lot. This would be a game that would be really fun playing co-op, I think, with friends. But the power-ups are cool. The game itself is cool, and you know, like I said, at first I was kind of on the fence with the graphics, with the digitized pre-renderedness of it. But the more I played it, the more I kind of liked it. So this is a cool game. Highly recommend it on the list. This definitely gets a point for me. Yeah, I mean, this one's cool. This one's really neat, and I'm kind of bummed out that I never heard of it before now. So this one is a classic, and you know, I don't think one of these games has been on any of these collections yet, which is kind of crazy to me, because I remember going to like the bowling alley or like the skating rink and playing the shit out of this just series. But Bust-A-Move, you know, I mean, freaking classic, right? I mean, Bust-A-Move is just a great series. I mean, I've played this, like I said, at the skating rink for like hours and hours and hours. I mean, obviously it gets a point. It's just a fun game. If you've never played it, I mean, I feel like everyone in the world has seen this game at some point, just at some kind of arcade. But I guess for like maybe younger people who, you know, missed the arcade time of life, essentially it's kind of like a puzzle game. You got to match 3 of the same color, and if you have little bubbles below what you're bursting, they'll all fall, so you get like chain points. It's pretty cool, and it is 2-player. I mean, you can play, we're usually against each other in the 2-player, but yeah, it's a great series, great game, gets a point for me. Yeah, also it's Bust-A-Move, but you know, it's also called Puzzle Bobble. It just depends on what region you're in, but it has both names, same game. So yeah, it's great though. This one's weird. I've only broken the rule like once or twice before, as far as like it either gets a point or a not point, but I'm giving this one a half point. It's Power Spikes 2. It's like a volleyball game with robots, and I think you can play as non-robots too. And I'm giving it a half point because like it's really cool. Like I was playing it, I was like, man, this is really cool. But then like I noticed like it's, I don't know, incredibly easy and repetitive. And it's like you just stand where the arrow is, and you know, you'll never really lose. And as far as getting the point, you know, it's almost random. So I don't know. I really don't know how, like, that's why I kind of give it the half point. So I don't quite know how I feel about it. It's not horrible. It's not phenomenal. It's kind of neat. I wish it was a little better. I don't know if there's like, I mean, this is Power Spikes 2. I don't know if like there's a 3 where like they tighten it up even more, or a 1 that sucks. I don't know. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. So if I'm counting correctly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 games that I really enjoyed, and 2 that I did not enjoy. So 7.5 out of 10, solid C, 75%. Yeah, I mean, tell me what you think, but I think Volume 7 is not bad. There has been worse, but there have obviously been better as well. So, you know, that's going to do it, though, for this one. So that was the Neogeo Volumes Selections number 7. Let me know what you think. 8 will be following this video, and 9 and 10 actually come out in early December, which, like, if you're watching this video, it probably is December now, so who knows, those might be coming out pretty quickly soon too. But hey, like I said, let me know if you agree with my assessment of the 10 games. And I'm really interested to know if you got this. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Hey, what's going on? If you watched last week's video, as promised, here is the Neogeo Volume 8 selections. There's 10 more games to go through. I've already reviewed 1 through 7 if you're watching this one. If you haven't seen those videos, the way I rate these, just to give you the heads up, is there are 10 games on here. Basically, if I would like or play 8 of the games, then it gets an 8 out of 10. You know, if there's only 5 that are worth your time, it's 5 out of 10. But once again, this is like just my views on the game. And if you've watched some of my old videos, I have some biases when it comes to certain genres of Neo Geo games, but that's the whole point of this, is to start the conversation. So without further ado, let's talk about the Neo Geo Selections Volume 8. So we're starting this one off with King of the Fighters 99. I don't remember, because it's been a little while, but, you know, there's different versions of these games, right? Like 99, 99 Ultimate Match, blah, 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 blah. So I don't remember if there's another 99 on one of the previous collections, but I will say this is a good game. Totally awesome. If you like King of the Fighters games, this is one that is really, really good. It's a little bit different than some of the other ones. You actually have 4 characters rather than 3, but you still fight with 3, so it's still like, you know, best, or rather you got to beat 3 to move forward. But the power gauge is a little different, the UI is a little different, but this is a good game. I mean, it has a lot of the classic characters you want, a lot of the mechanics that you're used to, and it's just overall a solid one. It gets a 1 as far as the scoring system goes. You're definitely not going to have a bad time. So this one is a little weird. This, you know, I've said this back and forth on different videos. The older games, you know, it's they're hit or miss. But Art of Fighting, this one, I think is worth your time to check out. It's kind of weird at first because, you know, you don't have like all the characters to play from. But the zooming in and out, kind of the parallax, like, you know, zoom in, zoom out is neat. I like how your characters show damage, like as you go. Like historically, this is a game that's just like worth checking out just because it's like, wow, like I can't believe they spent all the time to do that. But I mean, you have characters that, like, you know, as you fight them, they look more and more beat up. And because it zooms in and out when you get closer or further away, I mean, the sprites are really detailed. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie, and the special move system's kind of strange. It's like you can only do so many. But I do think that this is an older game that is worth checking out. It's not horrible, and it's just really cool. It's really cool to see where they came from, but also it plays really well as well. So World Heroes 2 Jet, kind of strange that they would put World Heroes 2 on the last collection and then World Heroes 2 Jet on this collection. So if you watched my video on Volume 7, I talked about World Heroes 2 being like Street Fighter 2. This is basically like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or, you know, Tournament Edition, or whichever version is the better version. I'm not saying that the first version isn't good. In fact, if you watch that video, I gave it a point, just like I'm going to give this one a point. But this is basically like the better version. I say it's weird because I do know that they have had multiple versions of games on these collections. I think it's weird that they just put them back to back like this. Like 7 had one, and then 8 has the kind of, you know, better one. But either way, if you only had 7, then, like, you know, it's worth playing. If you only had 8, this one's definitely worth playing. They are cool games. I mean, it's really like SNK's version of Street Fighter. I mean, I know King of the Fighters is like their version of Street Fighter, but I mean, it's like Street Fighter in the way that, like, each country is represented by a very stereotypical character. But it is really fun. If you play this game, you're definitely going to have a great time. And because of that, I'm giving it a point. It is very rare that there is a fighting game I have never heard of or played, and Kizuna Encounter is one, and it is so freaking good. I mean, first off, you get to play as, like, Master Roshi, like, for real. But beyond that, it has some cool mechanics where there's, like, these special spots you have to stand to switch out your characters, and then it kind of works like Marvel vs. Capcom rules, where, like, whoever's out, if they go down, like, that's it. however, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom, it just switches to the next character. This one, it's like kind of strategic, where whoever's out, you know, if they're down, then you lose. But man, this game is great. The characters are really cool, like really, really cool. It's really amazing. Like, I am beside myself that I'd never played this one before. This to me is kind of like one of those price of admission games. I've said that before in past videos. This is awesome. Like, I don't know, you know, if you really are into like maybe Samurai Showdown, or I don't know, it's even kind of like I don't know. It is like a I mean, it's a Neo Geo fighter. I don't know what else to say. It's good. You're gonna like it. Definitely worth a point. And yeah, I mean, I had a great time playing this. Uh-oh, another sports game. You know what that means. It's also another soccer game. You really know what that means. Actually, you would be wrong. Usually, you know, if you watch the past videos, I'm not a big fan of the sports games that they have on here. Like, it's like really, really miss more than hit. And there's so many soccer games. The majority of them kind of suck. I like this one though. I'm not gonna lie. This is a fun one. This is one that I would play with friends. You know, it's not like incredibly different than any of the other ones. It's just one of the better ones. Yeah, I mean, because of that, I think this one gets a point. You know, I just to prove that I'm not like gonna bash every sports game. This is a fun one, and you know, like I said, when I'm rating these games, my main criteria is this something I would play with friends over. And it is, and was, and you know, it's not to mention I got like a couple points or whatever, so that made me feel good. It's a cool game, and you know, I definitely think it's worth playing. Metal Slug 2. Spoiler alert, I'm always gonna give the Metal Slugs a point. However, I will say that out of every collection, every Metal Slug, this is the worst one, and not like gameplay wise. I mean, gameplay wise, they're all great. I mean, you know, the plot's fun. They're always a good time. The reason this one is the worst one, I'm still gonna give it a point, but the reason it's the worst one is the slowdown is really bad on this, and that's just everywhere. I mean, like I said, it's not like the Switch can't handle these games. Essentially, these are just ports of the arcade, so any problems the arcade had, you're going to have that same problem in the Switch version. Or I don't know if these collections came out for anything else, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was on a PS5 or on a freaking spaceship computer. It's going to have the same issue. So, like I said, it gets the point because it's Metal Slug and it's fun as hell, but just with the caveat that out of all the Metal Slugs so far that I've reviewed on these collections, this one is the little bit wonkiest. The slowdown is the problem, but also it kind of helps you do good. So, you know, I don't know. Take it how you will, but I am giving this one a point though. Yo, so Crossed Swords is freaking cool, and I feel like I've played one of these games on one of the other collections, or at least a game that's similar. But basically, it's like this behind the back. You know, like it's like, you don't want to say like first person because like it's like over the shoulder, but essentially it's like, you know, enemies come at you and you fight them. You can block, you can slash, you can do magic. As you beat enemies, like you get currency, and you can use that currency and stuff to level up, to basically, you know, get new weapons and things. The weapons are what give you new magic. It's cool. There's like a stamina bar. Like, this game is awesome. I could see this game like eating up your quarters for real, but once again, you're on this collection, so credits are just unlimited. This game was, like I said, way cooler than it had any right to be. I like how, you know, all the enemies, you know, basically you get experience, you get the money, the kind of like progression system. The magic actually like feels like it's worth using. In games like this, usually it's like it doesn't, but this one's cool. I really enjoyed it, and I think you would too. Yo, check out Super Adventure Island. I mean, Blues Journey. I will say that I'm gonna give this one a point, mainly because it is a lot like Super Adventure Island, but also it just kind of like really gives this collection a little bit more variation than the other ones. I mean, a lot of them it's like just fighting games, maybe a couple racing or sports games or shoot 'em ups. But I mean, like so far, this collection has had everything. Some sports games, some fighting games, first person, third person RPG, and now it has a freaking platformer. It's cool, and this is a cool game. Like if this was a crappy game, I'd say so, but I enjoyed playing it. I thought it was really neat. I like the power-up system. I mean, like it really is like Adventure Island though, like for real, which is kind of funny. But I mean, if you are in the mood for like a fun platformer, and once again, this is a game that I would like to check out in a co-op situation because it is 2-player. Yeah, it's awesome, and definitely like a cool kind of mix-up. And once again, it gets a point for me. So here's another game I hadn't played before, Nom 1975. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be like a top-down shooter, because they have a lot of those. But this one's kind of like not. It's like you're kind of, it's like Wild Guns. It plays like Wild Guns. I don't know what genre Wild Guns is, but basically you are side to side, but the enemies have like a full kind of 3D range of motion. It played great though, and I had a good time. The power-ups are cool. I will say that like I feel like they just gave you essentially unlimited grenades because they gave you so many grenade drops that like you could probably just throw them like candy, and I should have been doing that more because I definitely died a bit. But it's cool. You can like aim by holding the shoot down and like move your cursor around. Then if you're not shooting, then you can walk while moving, so you can dodge things. It's a cool game. It's another one that like really makes this collection like one of the more varied collections. You get like a lot of different games with this one, so that's really cool to see. And I feel like if you want to get like a lot of variety, this might be the collection to get. And there it is, Bust a Move again. I mean, like, or Puzzle Bobble, I don't know, 2, whatever. This is the multiplayer one. I talked about this on the last video. I was really surprised it took to Volume 7 and now 8 for Puzzle Bobble to even get out here. But I actually noticed something strange with this collection now. This collection, I went through it, and like none of the games are like mega spectacular. Except for Kazuna Encounter. I really love the hell out of that game. But every single game on this collection, I would play. I don't remember if I gave any of these games a 10 out of 10, but now that I've gone through this one and looked at everything, this one got a 10 out of 10 for me. The whole, like the collection as a whole. You get a little bit of everything, and everything you get is fun to play. And like, there isn't one that's like, that's a crappy version of blank. I mean, you get a good puzzle game, you get a good, fighting games, you get really good sports game. I mean, you get a freaking platform, you get an RPG. On the whole, this was an awesome collection. Will I say that this is my favorite collection? No, but I will say that, if you're getting a collection where if you can only get like one of these and you want to just get one that has the most games that you will enjoy playing for sure, then this is probably the one so far. But hey, 9 and 10 are around the corner, so we'll see what happens then. So, what do you think? What do you think of my assessment? It's my view against yours. Let me know what you think in the comment down below. I think I said this in the last video, but this was 8, but 9 and 10 are coming out in like December 13th or something like that. So I don't know when the timing of this video is, but by the time this video comes out, those might be out or out like right around the corner, in which case I will be making videos for them and continuing this train. But once again, let me know if you've been getting these, if you agree with what I kind of said about these games, and I'm really interested to know what you guys think down below. Hey, what's going on, guys? So this may be the end of an era, I don't know. If you've been watching my channel for a little while now, and these videos have gotten some pretty good views, I have been reviewing the Neogeo collections they've been throwing out on the Switch. Each one of them's 10 games. Just as a little recap, it's easy for me to grade them out of 10 because basically I go through all 10 games and I say, would I play them or not? Not necessarily are they like super duper good or not, It's like I said, it's my personal view. If I was sitting down with friends, we're having a game night, would I play this game with my friends or not? I will say that one thing that's really cool, as I've been doing these reviews, I've been looking into a website that can make like custom boxes for, usually for books, but you can make them for whatever. And I was gonna make some like chipboard boxes for these games, and I may still do it. I don't know, because it's not crazy expensive. But with 9 and 10, they actually included, if you bought each one of them from certain sales places, stores, whatever you want to call it, they included these cool kind of like cases that look like the Neogeo arcade cabinets to hold the games. Each one holds 5 games, so 9 came with one and 10 came with one. So if you're like me and you've been collecting all of them, you're now at the point to where you can put them all in the case, and they look really cool. So right now I'm definitely gonna keep it like that. I might do something different in the future, but regardless, let's talk about the Neo Geo Selections Volume 9. So this collection starts off with a banger. It starts off with King of the Fighters 2001, which is a game that I did not think would make it to these collections because of the controversy. That being that it has K999, which is like, he is a character that is an homage to the movie Akira. And I think that was kind of done, as a gesture of like, coolness. However, it was also apparently not very much approved. But that's a shame, because he is one of my favorite characters in the Ultimate Match version, I think, of either this or 2002, I forget. They replaced him with a character named Nameless. Really, it's the same character, just instead of psychic abilities and stuff, it's like all fire, and instead of like transforming into a big gelatinous monster, he just explodes. But either way, this is a great one. If you are into the King of Fighters games, this is a solid one, plays really well. Highly recommend it, and because of that, it gets a point for the list. So the next one is Fatal Fury 3, and I'll be honest, I have not played this game before. It's one of the older ones, right? Like, the Fatal Fury series, it's here and there. But I will say that it's decent. It's one of the better ones. I think I might have given unfavorable Fatal Fury scores in the past. I don't remember which one. I mean, dude, I've done so many of these videos now. Honestly, I don't remember. But I will say that this one, like, the animations are pretty tight. The controls are pretty good, and I was a fan. In general, like, you compare it to some of the other fighting games on these collections, like the last one, King of the Fighters 2001, which is, a really high tier for me. And like, I will say, like, this isn't as good as that, but like, it's definitely good. It is, I'd say it's like halfway between bad and good. I don't want to give any half points if possible. I've done that in the past. So in general, I will say that I would play this one with friends. It's a cool game. I enjoy it, and I think it gives a point for this series. So this one gets a point. I'll just go ahead and say that, a little bit of a spoiler, but it's more because it's maybe a little nostalgic for me. And that's Samurai Showdown 2. Kind of like Fatal Fury 3. It's not gonna, like, break the bank as far as like the best game you've ever played, but I have some fond memories when I was younger playing this game, like the Super Nintendo version. I didn't own it. I think either a friend had it or maybe we emulated it back in the day, but it is good. Like, it's decent. Definitely a game that you would play with friends. And yeah, it's not like I said, it's not really bad. And I think, once again, I'm really trying to scrape the back of my memory on all of the games that I have done for this series, but I'm wanting to say that, I don't think I've been unfavorable to any of the Samurai Showdown games. Maybe wrong about that. I don't know, but this one is good. Definitely worth your time. Definitely gives a point to this collection. Is it as good as some of the other ones? Maybe not, but it still is very good. Definitely worth playing. Next is another sports game, and if you've been watching these videos, for me, they are hit or miss, and this one, for me, is a miss. It's Super Sidekicks 3. I don't know, man. Some of these soccer games have actually been pretty dope, but this one is not one that, to me, was good. I mean, like, it's, it is the third one of the series, and it is, like, notably better than the first two. But it's still, man, it's just not, I don't know, it's just not there. It's just, and that might be purely me. It might purely be like, that's just my thing. I'm not feeling these games. but I tried to. I really did. I don't know. This one particularly, the problem I had was like shooting. I don't know why. It just never felt like, there's only like 2 or 3 buttons in this game, so it's not like, it should be complicated, but it just felt like passing felt fine. Trying to steal the ball felt fine. Shooting felt horrible. I don't know. That's just my thought. This one does not get a point from me. Yo, so this is a really like what's the word? Like this is one of those games where it's like the first and second one are so different. So this is King of the Monsters. If you remember from a past video, King of the Monsters 2 actually already popped up. I don't know why they did 2 first. Don't ask me, but I really don't know the rhyme or reason for any of these collections, to be honest. The second one that you already saw a video on, if you watched my videos, basically it's like it's a fighting game between kaiju, but you like go in between the rounds, I guess, and like destroy parts of the city. So it's like really cool. This one doesn't have that. Like I said, this is the first iteration, but in certain ways, it's better for it. I'm not saying that the other one's like not great. In fact, I gave it a point if you remember. But this one's like a straight up like fighting game. And obviously it's built on the like engine they use for their wrestling games, because it's you knock down their whole life bar and then you got to pin them. But on the whole, this game is cool. So both King of the Monsters games, in my opinion, both cool for different reasons. This one is more like a straight wrestling brawler. I can respect it. It's fun. Definitely gets a point. So I went into this game fully expecting to just like go, yeah, man, this is it. This is getting a point from me. And God, it came close, man. Like, it's a platformer. It's kind of reminds me of freaking that Sega game. I can't think of it. The one where we turn into monsters. I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments, because I'm blanking. It's a super well-known game. I don't know why I can't think of it. The one's like rise from your grave and find my daughter. Why can't I think of it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. This game is like that. The graphics are good. The stuff is cool. You just die so fast. I mean, like, the animations are awesome. Like, look at these dudes walking. Like, I love how these bad guys walk. Like, they're just super cool. But like, God, I mean, it's cool that since it's the arcade version, you can literally just like unlimitedly give yourself tokens, coins, whatever, quarters. But like, it's just like so unfun in that you just keep dying every second, losing all your power-ups. It's like when you take like a shoot 'em up that isn't my cup of tea. If you've been watching these videos where it's like, oh man, this shoot 'em up, you lose your power every time you get hit by one little thing. It's like that, but with a platformer. And I don't know, man. It stinks. It stinks that I don't like it. I want to like it. It's just, and I tried and I played a good bit of it, trying to see like maybe I just need to get good and I'll enjoy it better. But like, I'm not like horrible at games, but just kept. So many things on the screen at once. It just keep getting harder, and just I don't know. It's not something that I could unwind with and just have a good time playing. Here is like the third World Heroes game that we've gotten, but this is World Heroes 1. And you know what? This will be like me proving that I just don't love all fighting games. I'm not saying this game's bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't play it. But like, it's slow. It's slow. It's the first one. Going back, it's like, man, if I didn't have the other 9-10 box sets of these games and had access to the better World Heroes, but like, even so, like playing this game in a vacuum, like if I was just playing Collection 9, this game is just so slow compared to the other fighters on the actual, like this game. It's just slow. It's not that great. So because of that, it also does not get a point. Dude, so here's a game that I never played before, actually. Karnov's Revenge. And I will say, like, first off, obviously in this recording, not very good at it. I will openly admit to that. But I kind of love this game, like low key, man. Like it freaking slaps, dude. Like this game plays so fast. Like this is like one of the fastest fighters, especially like you can tell, I mean, you're watching the footage, like this is like not a new game, right? So like usually when you got this like age of graphics, it's like okay, the hardware wasn't quite there, they didn't quite have it tuned up, but like man, like very surprising how just fast it plays, how smooth it feels. It's a game that like I feel like I want to get good at. Like this is a cool game that I would absolutely play with friends. This one is super solid. So here's like a pretty good puzzle game. I really like it when these collections do give you a puzzler also. Like that's, it just like makes me feel like you get more to it. This is a weird game though. It kind of like semi reminds me of like Tetris Attack or something. But it's cool. It's like actually pretty easy in the sense that like it is a puzzle game, but like, you are really in like there's less skill as in like with Puzzle Bobble, like you really have to aim the balls, like pretty accurately to get bounces and stuff. So there's not that aspect of it. So it's really just relying on your puzzle solving capability, which I really like. It kind of makes it a little different. It makes you appreciate the moves a little better maybe. But yeah, overall, I like this game. This is a cool one. I'm surprised I'd never played it before, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's a good one. It's the first one. So, hopefully this game became a series because I currently kind of really like it. All right, I'm always dogging on sports games, but if you know me personally, and I don't even know if I've ever really said it on the channel, I will say I have like a handful of sports games that I adore. It's a very small amount, like obviously one that's not so secret is my love for Neo Turf Masters. That's like the best game ever made. But I will say that another game I love specifically, I know everyone's going to say NBA Jam, but I love College Slam, and the reason I love College Slam specifically is that's just the one I had growing up. Like there's no other reason that NBA Jam and College Slam are the same game, honestly. But College Slam is just the one I had, so it's the one I really like. In fact, so much so that because it was so cheap, I actually own that game complete in box. I don't know why, for the Super Nintendo. That said, I've talked a lot about a game that isn't this game. This is Street Hoop, and I freaking love this game, dude. This game is cool as hell. It's basically like the Neogeo version of NBA Jam or College Slam. You have like super awesome moves. I thought it was really fun. I thought this game was really cool. Definitely deserves a point. And because of that, that actually rounds out this series. So for this game, I have 7 points and 3 duds. So that makes the Neogeo Collection 9, for me anyway, a 7 out of 10, solid C. I'd say it's worth getting. Some of these games are cool. I like the variedness of this one. There are no shoot 'em ups in this one, which is interesting. So if you're a shoot 'em up guy, maybe not. But yeah, man, on the whole, pretty solid set. So that was Volume 9. Let me know what you think down below. We got to the point to where I think they're making it seem like these are the last ones because of the fact they included cases that hold all 10 perfectly. And I haven't done the research on it, but I think I remember reading somewhere that someone said this is all of the ACA Neo Geo games they put on the eShop. So maybe this is the end of it. I'll be looking forward to maybe some more, because there's some other games that weren't on there, right? Like Windjammers is the one that comes to mind. But let me know what you think about 9, and also stay on the channel because 10 will be coming out soon. And hey, that's gonna do it. Okay, so this should be maybe the last one. I'm doing my review on the Neogeo Collection Volume 10. Like I said in the last video, I think the rumblings are this is the end of them. If you didn't watch the last video, I'll also show this here. With 9 and 10, they actually included these cool little, now they're not chipboard, but they are decent, like thick cardstock boxes to hold all 10 games in if you happen to be like me and have all 10. So that is very cool. I'm glad these came out because I was going to do a third-party company to maybe like make my own. Still might, I don't know. But like I said, if you're new to these videos, you haven't watched them yet, or for some reason you're jumping on to 10 first, the way I grade these, it's super easy. There's 10 games. Basically, it's not if they're like super duper good or not. It's like my own personal take on them. If I had friends over, would I play this game with friends? Is it worth sitting down and actually turning on? And then because there's 10 games, I can give it a, blank out of 10 score. Super easy. But anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the Neogeo Selections Volume 10. So this starts off with another really solid fighting game, King of the Fighters 97. I don't remember if any of the other versions of 97 were in any of the other collections. Like I said, I've now, after this video, have reviewed 100 Neo Geo games, so chances are 97 Ultimate Match or something might have been in there. But this is a good one. Once again, it is worth playing, definitely worth playing. If you are a fighting game fan, this is just a classic, just good, solid SNK game. I mean, they really had a formula back in these times, and they kind of ran with it and kicked a bunch of ass. So, it's easy to start off with, like, such a good game. So I think that's kind of why they kind of tee it up to always start with a solid one in the beginning. I don't remember because I've done some of these videos now, but pretty sure, like, every video I did, the first game was always like, yeah, man, you should totally play that. And this is no different. Yo, so this game is, wow, I have not played this game for some reason. That is Real Bout 2, Fatal Fury, but I don't know what the hell my problem is, man. I'm getting, like, super duper freaking, like, Street Fighter 3 vibes. But honestly, if we were to, obviously it's an SNK game, really a lot of the Mark of the Wolves feel to it. I mean, the graphics are sick, the characters are dope. Like, there's this guy that I've been playing as, like, I've never played as him before in any, like, King of the Fighters or Fatal Fury games. So, like, I don't know if he's just, like, exclusive to this or what. But, man, like, this is off the chain, dude. Like, this is a game where, usually when I say, like, a price of admission game in these videos, it's a game I'd already played before. I'd never played this game before. Definitely a price of admission game. Like, if you're a fighting game guy, this game is just off the charts, man. It is, like, sick as hell. A game that I will definitely go back into and check out some of these characters, learn some of their moves. I like this one a very, very large amount. Here is another weird sports game from the makers of SNK, and that is Super Baseball 2020. This game takes place 6 years ago as of recording this video. And you know what? Not bad. Yes, it's like, at first I was like, oh, here comes a sports game. It's gonna be, who knows? And it's baseball, so, but I don't know, man. It's actually pretty fun. Both batting and, like, playing the field were both pretty cool. I won't say that, like, it was, super duper, like, off the chain, like, man, this is the game. But, like, I enjoyed it. I could really see myself playing this with friends. It's nice to have a sports game that I enjoy on these collections, because I have been dogging them pretty hard in general. But yeah, this one is definitely a cool one. I'm a big fan. I also like the weird, since it's robots, they have, like, weird power-up type things where it's like, oh, second inning, time for landmines. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, it's a cool game. Definitely think it's worth checking out. Yo, they are cheating with this one, man. They put in Samurai Showdown 5 in the same collection as, like, King of the Fighters 97. I'm not saying 97's bad, but it's like King of the Samurai Showdown 5 is like a pinnacle game in the series. It's like, this is, they had like, a lot of time put in at this point. You know what I mean? It's like if you were to be like, oh man, like, here's the original Street Fighter in this collection, and also we have, like, Street Fighter 6 as part of the collection too. It's kind of cheating, but that said, I mean, this game is just really good. It's like a really good game. It's crazy that it's in this collection. Like I said, I feel like they've put old games in here and, like, some new-ish games. I'm not saying this game's new, but, like,
they hadn't gone like too far when it came to certain games, and the fact that like I feel like this game is further than a lot that they've done, but I may be wrong about that. But either way, sick game, like super worth your time playing. A lot of characters, really, really fun. Easy point. Metal Slug. Metal Slugs are good, except for that one that had incredibly horrible slowdown. I forgot which one that was. That was in like one of the like 7 or 8, one of those. But man, Metal Slug 3, dude, it is a good game. You are going to enjoy it. I'm glad they put it in this collection. I like it when there's variation. You can't just live off fighting games forever, SNK. But I will say, this is like one of the ones I really actually enjoy a lot. I don't know if there's like really a Metal Slug game that I don't enjoy like at all kind of thing, but this is a good one. This is one that if you are new to the series, like if this is the only collection you bought, like you're gonna jump in and be like, what's happening? Why are there crab monsters and Nazis? And it's like, I don't know if playing the earlier games is actually gonna help with that much, but just roll with it. Just roll with it and have a good time, because that's what these games are all about. Just having fun and killing Nazis and crabs and aliens and Nazis. Here's a game that I could not turn off fast enough. I think there was one of these or a couple of these in past collections, but it's another one of those horse racing games. Look, man, I get it. It's huge in Japan, kind of like train simulators. To me, they're just not fun. They're like so boring. Run around the track, your horse, cool. One thing that was kind of funny, I guess, was like the names at the end. But it's just, I don't know, man. This isn't fun to me. I don't know. Y'all can talk about it amongst yourselves in the comments, I guess. To tell me I'm wrong. I don't know, man. This, for me though, just ain't happening. Dude, another game that is really fun. I think we've played the other Sengoku. I don't know if we've played 1 or 3, or if there is a 3. I forget, man. I feel like I'm saying that a lot right now. There's a lot of games that I've reviewed. But I will say that Sengoku 2, Electric Boogaloo, is super cool. This game is fun. I would like to play this 2-player with friends. Obviously, for recording's sake, I didn't. But it's cool. You can switch to different characters on the fly in this one. You have, like, crazy powers. It's just wild, man. I love how, like, I just feel like when they made this, like, hey, let's just go bonkers, like you'll hit enemies and they'll scale down to shrink. You cut them in half. You go to crazy other dimensions and fight like ancient, like ninjas and stuff. It's just crazy. It's just a crazy game. Crazy weapons. Like one of your forms like a monk and like uses like a rod. And then like if you get a power up, you get a fan. And you just blow hurricanes. Why not? Just super fun, man. Like these games are dope, and I'm glad this is on this collection. Makes it more diversified and just really ups the value. Okay, so here's a game that I did not like. It's like Arkanoid, you're like ping pong. You have a little paddle and you bounce the ball back and forth. It's like that, but really hard. Like you can tell this game was meant for, eating quarters in the arcade or just being good at these kind of games. Like I imagine if you're like a big Arkanoid guy or a big like Pong guy, this is your game because it's definitely challenging. For me, it was just too hard to have fun. And like, that's the whole thing for me in rating these games is I want to have fun. And I did not have fun. So sorry to say, this game might be dope. It might be a game that you really like. Just wasn't my jam. But once again, talk in the comments, prove me wrong. Tell me like, oh dude, all you gotta do is press the awesome button or something. I don't know, man. I gave this game a shot and it just wasn't for me. Dude, here's a game that is sick as hell, man. Ninja Masters, another fighting game where I'm like, where are these games at? Like, how do they keep popping out these games that I have never played that are just amazing?
And like, I don't know if like maybe I'm just picking, you know, because I only have like, it takes a while to record these videos. So like, I don't spend like a lot of time on these games for the video. I just play enough to get some footage and kind of get an impression and say, you know, would I come back and play this with friends? So like, either I'm getting really lucky just picking badass characters that I'm having fun with, or these games are just dope as hell. Either way, I am coming back to this game. This game gets a point for me. It is cool. And the guy I picked, like the old like sage with like the freaking like charms and stuff, is awesome. Like he's cool. This game is cool. Nugget gets a point. It's freaking phenomenal, man. I highly recommend it. Ninja Masters, you know, damn, this game is cool as shit. Didn't I say in the last episode that Magical Drop was cool and I hope it became a series? I guess they skipped 2, or I don't know, I missed it, or maybe I just don't remember. Like I said, I've been making these videos for these collections like over the last freaking years now. So I don't remember Magical Drop 2, but Magical Drop 3 is fun. You know, the default mode is this kind of like 1v1 mode. Once again, really reminding me of Tetris Attack. But man, this game is really cool, just like the last one. It adds great variation to the collection. It is, in my opinion, worth playing. It's really fun. Yeah, I recommend it. You know, let me know what you think though, because you know, this one to me kind of gets it kind of over the edge. So with that is all 10 games reviewed. There were 2 I was not a fan of, making this collection number 10, an 8 out of 10, which is, you know, a good place to leave the series, I think. You know, a solid B. I think there's like 1 or 2 of these games that got like really like, you know, a 9. I don't think there was many. There might have been a 10. I don't remember, man. Like I said, I've been making these for a while now. There's been some crap ones, but there's been some good ones. I would say 8 out of 10 is one of the better scores. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below about these games. Did you get them? Because man, I've had a really great time reviewing them. Well, this has been a fun journey. I thank you so much for watching these videos. It's been a good time. I hope they do more. Maybe I'll do some more, you know, collections like this for other companies. I mean, I have in the past, but you know, currently there isn't anything really crazy like this, where you know there's like 10 games per thing. I just can't believe I've reviewed now like a quick review, I'll say, of 100 Neo Geo games just amongst these videos. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. Did you get this game? Did you get any of the other collections? Did you know, get all 10 like me? Did you get the cool cases? I don't know. You know, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below, because this has been a good time. And hey, that's going to do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, that would be phenomenal. But, as always, my friends, take it easy.